The top story today is Sadia Khan scandal that's been unraveling over the last week, with a lot of influencers in the red pill community trying to cancel her, even though they always preach that the woke cancel culture is disgusting. But we'll get to that in a second. Now, she was exposed in a few different ways, including the fact that it appears that a few years ago she was dating or being a side chick really for a married man. And then the fact that she kind of claimed that she had a psychology degree, apparently that's not true either. And listen, this is a bad character flaws, but it doesn't mean that she still is not a good coach and a help for a lot of men out there who need men, who need to improve themselves, who need to figure out how to stay away from toxic women. And she's done that. We need women like you, like her, and all of these other influencers like Andrew Tate and so forth and so forth. They're not perfect either. They have flaws in their personal lives as well. As a matter of fact, teachers and coaches are rarely really that great at the trait that they're teaching. For example, your math teacher in elementary school did not probably become a world renowned mathematician working for Google. But when she told you that 2 plus 2 equals 4, she was correct. She helped you to put you on the right path in life. Or, for example, meet this guy right here. This is Barry Trotz. He is a fat, short guy. As you can see, he is tiny compared to an average hockey player. And yet, he's one of the best coaches in the recent history in hockey, even though he would never be able to play professional hockey himself. That's just how it works. Those people who are teaching us are not always perfect at that very trade. We need people like her. We need women like her leading our community and not trying to cancel them when we realize they weren't perfect all along. And the fact that it is happening right now is it shows me that the red pill community is being led by the wrong people. And by the way, I can go on and on and on. For example, you're all familiar with this girl, right? Emily King, who's been a great advocate for men everywhere. And yet, as you probably know, she's been pretty public about it. She got knocked up and had a baby with a guy who wasn't her husband, right? Just only recently, I guess, they got married. And she already has a failed marriage before that. She is not perfect, but she is great at advocating for men. I love watching her videos. Both of these are women. We need them preaching on our behalf. So it is a big mistake to just say, oh, let's just get rid of them, even though they've done so much work and will do so much work in the future. At the end of the day, this is not a competition of who's more perfect. This is a competition who can help most men. And it is a disservice to all of those men to cancel somebody like her. And by the way, the guys who exposed her, and by the way, I am all for truth coming out. But these two are kind of losers themselves. One of them is kind of fat, right? These are not, high value men, and so we are we're doing this wrong. We're doing this whole let's teach men how to be men again and how to avoid toxic women wrong. A lot of these guys are now, and women had a lot of egos that they cannot control, and now they're kind of competing between themselves instead of saying, listen, we all preach and we all teach in different ways, right? But if the goal is to help men out there, then we all are needed. We should all support ourselves. And yet it's not what is happening. I've only been in this community and trying to be somewhat of a leader myself, and believe me, I am not perfect in my personal life for sure. For less than a year, and I already see that. Unlike in the previous niche that I was on, when I had another YouTube channel for 7 years, that was my full-time job. Unlike in some of the other niches on social media, here people don't help each other that much. I don't see a lot of influencers kind of sticking together, helping each other out, trying to bring the younger generation of influencers or different type of influencers to sort of the front. Everyone's just kind of very selfish and for themselves, which everyone's got a right to. But it is not the right way to show leadership and lead this community, if you ask me. I hope she mans up, for the lack of a better word, admits the flaws that she was exposed of, and move on to continue teaching young men and men around the world, and giving them the help that they need. And I got to tell you guys, I've been working with a few men here and there, some virtually, some in person here, when they come to Thailand to seek a better dating life. And these men are in such bad shape, guys. A lot of men are. So fighting for who is better and who can cancel whom is such a horrible approach in this community. We definitely need to stop.
If you want to ditch modern women and move abroad for more traditional relationships, go to themillionmanproject.com, take my most comprehensive course, and change your life.